Molweni babukele ekhaya, ubukele radio Kisima Heart to Heart Communication podcast with host yakho MK Mkhosana. Sidilishana ne fountain today, fountain of family, where sizawube sincokola nge topic education. Endicinga mhlophe ukuthi wonke umuntu uyambandakanya. Our guest for today is Uzinzo from the Creative Central. Zinzo, hi my brother.
Hey sir.
Introduce yourself.
My name is Uzinzo Tebe.
Sure.
As he said, and I'm from Creative Central, which is a non-profit company that invests in the development journey of individuals. And we're investing through education, because education, as you said, is one of the most important things. However, Tina, as Creative Central, we are doing things differently. Instead of teaching kids what we know, like math, science, and English,
sure,
we are teaching subjects that we think or feel like they are relevant to our modern economy.
Okay, all right. So, Creative Central, how was it started, and what is the reason or the thinking behind trying to do something different as far as education is concerned?
Basically, we started as creative thinking,
sure,
instead of Creative Central, and creative thinking used to be much more focused on the academics instead of a holistic approach type of organization. So what we used to do, we used to intervene more on maths, science, and English from grade 4 to grade 7. And what we used to do, we used to partner with the school, and the school identify learners that are underperforming, and we used to do that every weekend. However, as time went by, we saw that academics, man, we're pushing kids to pass. However, Kailicha as a whole, or wherever community emergencies, it's not, the education itself not catering for that. It's not responding to the environment. So creative thinking thought, okay, look, we need to change our name first of all, and secondly, we need to change the approach here too, so that it's human-centric. It focuses underneath the iceberg instead of on top of an iceberg. So that's what we did. We said, okay, look, you know what? Let's have life skills. Let's focus more on financial literacy. Let's focus more on theory of knowledge. Let's focus more on agriculture, things that are fundamental and things that are needed in our community.
Okay. So ungati Creative Central ungati yinto ezawusebenza kanye ne-education system esinayo currently, okanye nicinga ba yinto ekufuneka replace le ndlela sazi education system engayo currently?
I believe it's something that might replace the current CAPS curriculum, because the CAPS curriculum, as I said before, it's not really responding to a black child. I'm not racist, but it's not really responding to a black child, because from the stats that I read, it says that education system year 2 only works for about 20% of our schools. And then the 80%, it doesn't work for them. And 80%, as you know, it is black schools. Yes, and it's for marginalized communities. So meaning that there's something wrong with our education system as a whole. Yes, so now Creative Central, itself wants to focus on everybody, on a child. It doesn't only focuses on making sure that child improves academically, but it makes sure that if a child is good in dancing, then it gives that child an opportunity. If that child is good in music, it gives that child an opportunity, instead of those kids being neglected. Because in schools, if you go to any schools, kids who are good in dancing or in music, they get neglected, or they go to competitions, but the competition as a now. You understand? But we as Creative Central want to make sure that we focus on those kids. We create opportunities for those kids, because you understand some opportunities, Tina, we better create them ourselves instead of waiting for someone to do it for us. You understand? So that's what Creative Central is all about.
Okay. Dingumzali phaya ekhaya, ndinomntana akenzi so very well in academic studies. Classical academic studies, your maths, your science. Is it okay for me to say now Creative Central is here to cater for Lomdana to director? Not to say now just because you're not doing well, it means now you don't have a future. It might be because of indlela education efakwe ngayo kuwe? Would you say ndingulo mzali umntana usenalo ithemba with Creative Central?
Yes, there is hope.
Okay.
Actually, our vision is to actually enable kids to attain, or individuals to attain, self-realization. Now, self-realization is when one knows a purpose here in life. That person knows who or he knows what you understand. And I believe if people don't know who they are, or they don't know their purpose in life, they, in a way, they tend to conform. They have no direction, because they're imitating everyone else. They like for example, now we've been taught that, okay, look, you've got to go to school, get a degree, and work. You understand? And then the same system is working against us, because now we find people right now that are being retrenched when the economy is not doing well. You understand? And there's no organization that is there, that is being created to cater for those people. You understand? And for us to start there, we've got to start at an entry level from maybe grade 4. You understand? And we can't do it with graduates. We've got to start there. You understand? Because, like, for example, private schools. If you go to private schools, Abandwana from private schools, they know from grade 1 that that kid will be an engineer. There's a system that is being created for that child. You understand? Hence, that child will emerge. Even if you come up grade 12, that kid can go and be an engineer without a degree, without a diploma. And I'm sure you've witnessed this. Working spaces, a child having a grade 12. You understand? But he's your boss. And that child, you've got to understand one thing from grade 1, that kid has been given knowledge. You understand that you're going to be an engineer, and then have been given tools of being an engineer. Now here's Uzinzo, growing up from a Kaya teacher, you understand? And then Paya teacher is in math, science, and English. Akaya, how is it going to be relevant into his day-to-day life? You understand? So that's what Creative Central is all about, is to make sure that we tap into that uniqueness of that child.
Kulendo education, Creative Central is a different approach to education, am I correct? So, the curricular system, if ndifuna uba right, xa sendiphumile esikolweni, funeka ndenze maths and science and ndipase kahle uze ndiyazi uba ikamva lam nekusasa lam liqaqambile. How is it different to the way eniza ngakhona ningu-Creative Central? What's different about it?
The first thing is, not all of us are good academically. Not all of us are good academically.
Okay.
And I think one of the things the government does is that they put in a lot of pressure on teachers. Go teach maths, go teach science, go teach English, and then have money 50%. Not having enough knowledge that not all kids are good academically. There might be a child who's a singer. There might be a child who is a preacher. There might be a child who is a dancer. Is there a system I created a government to cater for that child? No. Even if there is a system they created, like for example sports or athletics, it's not something that is sustainable. It's something that is once off, and then of money trophy, and then that's it. They come back, and then we cheer for them, we applaud them, we assembly. But it's not something that is sustainable. Now Creative Central says, okay, you know what? This kid is good in sport. Is there a way where you can create an opportunity that is sustainable, not a once-off opportunity where as in terms of emotional at that time and then I'm happy and then that's it? No, we want to make sure that we create something that is lasting. Our vision says that we want to create an ecosystem where individuals attain self-realization and also attain independence, so that they can be able to sustain themselves. So knowing who you are, which is self-realization, being independent, not being dependent on anyone, and also sustaining yourselves. Those are 3 things that we want to provide as creative thinking. Our education system is not doing that. Kids, a lot of kids, they go to school, they don't know why they're in school. Trust me, if you can ask a grade 1 student, you can ask, why are you here? Zoti, my mom sent me to come here.
Okay.
But if you go to a private school, maybe a wealthy private school, you ask that kid, why are you here? I'm here to learn. I'm here to do this. It's very eloquent for that kid. So the problem with our education system is that even government, they don't know what they're doing, and it's failing us dismally.
Now, Zinzo, I hear you. What is zeziphi izinto enizenzayo or enizawuzenza differently to tackle as issues uzimentionayo zoba ndingumntana umzekelo omnyama ndiye esikolweni every day, but ayikho ingqondo yethi njengoba from grade 1 up until grade 7 ingqondo yam ayikabikho into ethi the reason why ndivuka every day is because of mhlawumbe uyafika later okanye tertiary if you're lucky. Now, what it is that you guys are planning to do that will help lomdana omnyama realize at the early age ukuthi mamela nami ndifuna uba into ethile and this is how I'm going to go about it.
Okay. What is happening is that the current system,
yes,
it's all about numbers.
Okay.
It's all about passing.
Okay.
It's all about promoting kids to go to the next grade so that the government might have good stats to compare to other countries.
Okay.
What we want to do, we don't want to do that. First of all, we are humans. We have feelings. And education system here has neglected that. We come from different backgrounds. I might have a both mother and a father. There's a child that doesn't have a mother and a father. Maybe their parents passed away. What are we doing about that? Do we understand the background, first of all, of that kid? We don't.
Because that background actually affects
exactly
the performance
of the schooling. And the second thing is the environment abantwana bakhulela kuyo, the surrounding area. There are no role models, honestly speaking. In terms of females, there are no role models as a male as koyo. A role model koyo is either Mundu who is doing something negative, though the kids might applaud it because that's the only role model that I expose koyo. You understand? So the first thing that we want to do is to make sure that we are not neglecting the feelings of children, because those people have feelings, and the moment as a feelings was neglected, that child was going to grow up. You understand? And then now afune into in wrong places, like for example, consuming too much alcohol. Yeah, because of that feeling can deal with nayo.
And ke ngoku yile umntana qoqe vuka yona ibethelelekayo engqondweni ba which is xa ndimdala, it's part of the parcel into yoba nam ndibe ngumuntu oselayo okanye ndibe ngumuntu ofocus kwindaba ekudibene nokusela. Alright, so you are saying you are there to say as much as kufuneka upasile, kufuneka uzi-understande ungumntana, understand your situation around you ungumntana.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the second thing is when a child is at school, umntana ufila njani? Yes, we talked about home right now, but umntana school ufila njani? Is the child inspired? Exactly. The child inspired. Like, oh, teacher, because that's what's happening actually. Kids, a lot of kids are there just for being there, just because umntana pass and then that's it. But how Tina is creative. First of all, we want to make sure that we create a space where kids talk about their problems.
Okay.
They talk about their problems.
I love it.
How we plan to tackle it, like for example, life skills, which is I think one of the most important subjects, but they take it for granted. Life skills for me is a very important subject because we shouldn't give kids too much theory. Instead, we should create a space where they sit in circle.
Okay.
They talk about their problems. Because there might be a kid who says, hey, like for example, the school that I went to, a private school, I was privileged to go there. And
I saw you at a private school.
I was in the private school.
Wow. So mphulaphuli lo muntu uthethayo ngumuntu oyaziyo the disadvantage of ubese esikolweni esi-private ungumuntu omnyama. Sure.
So I was in private school, and then in life orientation here too, we used to sit in a circle, and there we used to talk about our problems, and you could see that we can relate to many people's problems, and then the solutions didn't come from the teachers who don't live with us, zisuka from the students. You understand? If for example, a perfect example is that in Marx in life orientation, when I was a student, based on the performance of a class in performance, and they say, this due to this and this and this and this, you're not participating, we're going to give you this mark.
Wow.
And that in a way challenged us so that you could have much more confidence in what you're doing and also in your academics.
Wow. I don't know about ababukeli, but already ndizifaka ezihlangwini zomzali osengxakini obathi umntanakhe akaconcentrate esikolweni okanye umntanakhe xa sesikolweni utishara usoloko esithi lo mntana usoloko esithi ingaske ikhawuleze ibe yibreak, which is uthi wena ngoku nawe mzali nawe tishara understand mhlawumbi lo mntana akazenzi, mhlawumbi ikhona lento kuye inga-inspirishwayo, inga-challengewayo in yena, not that umuntu, not that akazuba yonto, but i-approach ye-system that we have right now i-caterisha for i-percentage encinci of abantwana.
Yeah, and another thing that you have to understand is that a boy and a girl, they'll never be the same. The way boys understand, comprehend it's totally different. You understand? Because a boy, for example, they learn through experience, taking them outside, playing games. That's how they absorb learning. Now for girls, they like by nature. When they learn, they sit down and they can learn. They're disciplined. Hence, we have wives discipline us. You understand? Wow. So, for example, a boy, a young man or a male in general, by experience.
Yes.
It's people are practical. Sure. As much as they formally theory, practical.
Wow. Thank you, man, very much. Ubukele Kisima Radio, Heart to Heart Communication Podcast. Apho bese dilishana ne topic education ku fountain yethu ethi family. Apho uthi uzinzo esikolweni le education siyaziyo bazali currently somewhere somehow iyaba disadvantage abantwana bethu ngoba focus on the merits ne academics. I focus on umntana as a whole naye ekhaya noma imeko ezekhaya zinjani, hence then i-affecteke i-learning process yakhe. So uthi ke ngokuzinzo u-Creative Central is there now to help abantwana realize that zonke izinto that around them affect or contribute to i-well-being yabo in terms of school performance. If le topic besidilishana nayo iye yakhuthaza okanye nawe wazibona usezihlangwini zalomzali uqonda nawe uyanqona ukuthi umntanakho angancedakala kanjani, stay tuned on this podcast. Zininzi ezizayo where sizabe si break down and understanding education in perspective to ulanduka Creative Central.